the U.S. women's national team. Are they Vibes FC? They have really been playing well as of late. We just got done talking about Trinity Rodman recently and her record-breaking deal that she signed to stay in the NWSL, and then recently went out and played Chile and really took it to them. Shut them out in that game. Won. Trinity Rodman got a goal in that game. And again, Emma Hayes just continues to stockpile wins ahead of what will be the 2027 Women's World Cup immediately after the men's. So not quite getting into the area of really ramping up for that, but still just
They
building,
have the She's
building,
Believe
and
Cup coming up.
you're right. So that's the important one, at least on the horizon right now for the women's national team. But continued to be really impressed by what Emma Hayes has done.
Yeah, no, this is okay. I thought you were doing the constant let's feel for the rest of the show, but yeah, no, this is why I said that they were Vibes FC, because during the Chile game, actually the game before that, Rodman tried to do this and Emma Hayes had no idea what she was doing and said no, and then Emma said she was practicing, but no, hitting the sexy Dexter Lawrence dance. And the whole bench is loving it. It's already 5-0 at this point in the 69th minute. But just hitting the sexy Dexy. Love it. Absolutely love it. And that's why I said it, they Vibes FC, because like it's very casual approach, it feels like, with this whole team. But no, Rodman said she did it. She was very upset after the first time, and Emma Hayes didn't know what she was doing. Emma Hayes later said that she immediately went to one of the players on the team. I forgot who she said, and started asking for some dance lessons with the sexy Dexy. But shout out the New York Giants D tackle Dexter Lawrence, Clemson alum too, because that Clemson D line was insane. But hitting the sexy Dexy.
Hey, you know the dance, that boy. Uh, you know you're a good team when you already have choreographed dances like scheduled out ahead of time. You know, like if there's already an agreement here, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do if we end up scoring or if we end up doing this. You know you're a good team at that point, and so they clearly they've already been choreographing stuff.
Well,
And good on Emma Hayes for learning
Rodman
that
didn't
dance
know it.
too.
Rodman didn't know she was practicing or anything. So it was Rodman went up the first
So she
time.
tried to catch her.
Yeah, so Emma Hayes this time knew that she was on. But at that point, does that become a little like if you're choreographing dances? Because we saw the Vikings defense do this last year, and then they get killed by the Lions and the Rams. Does that eventually? Could that eventually come back to bite you in the butt? Because it absolutely can if you're choreographing your celebration dances ahead of time.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between like rubbing it in and gamesmanship and just having fun. But there's this movement in sports right now, and we've all seen it, and I think it extends out to soccer too. But it's the whole let the kids play, like let the kids play, let the kids have fun, let them do their celebrations. Like that's the part of the game that we love, and I think Emma Hayes is comfortable in letting the young kids be the young kids. I don't think she has to force things one way or the other, and the best managers or the best leaders, I would say, are the ones who can manage both. You know, they want to see the individual creativity and the personality of the team come out. But then on the other end, they're also able to, efficiently put together game plans and X's and O's and go out and strategically win games. And so I think there's an air of confidence. You could say arrogance. I mean, you look at, the United States. I think a lot of people would just naturally be inclined to go that way. But I think this is just a product of Emma Hayes, just again, just letting the kids play, letting the young ones have fun, be together, build that camaraderie that is on a different level in comparison to what we see on our men's national team. It's just they're so much closer and they play with each other so much more often. And a lot of them are right here in the United States. So let the kids have fun. Let them be individually express them. Let them do the dances. Let them do the things. But also know when it's time to buckle in and go out and get the job done. And I think Emma Hayes has a good sense of the ability to do both. And so I think that's, it doesn't have to be all business all the time if you know exactly what you have at your disposal. And right now she's using everyone in the right spots and they're winning games. So there is a fine line. I do see what you mean, but between, rubbing it in and just being confident and having fun. But I don't foresee, if they were to play Spain in a knockout game late in the 27 World Cup, or if they're in the, She Believes Cup final, I don't see this team, having the same sort of loosey goosey, approach to their post goal celebrations. But they're always going to be loose and confident. I like that about this team.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think these two results really don't move the needle at all. I mean, I was scrolling through
No,
the
of
rankings
course.
there, and Chile and Paraguay were like 50 and 52 in the world, and USA obviously number 2 right now. So I would like to
Hmm.
see, because Canada, they're in the top 10. I think the She Believes is North America and South America. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but no, Brazil's up there
Yeah.
as well as a good team that they could face. I want to see this team play. Obviously, we saw them in the Olympics. What was that? 2 years ago now, where they won
Yep.
the whole thing and then won the gold medal, whatever it is. I'd like to see them play against some real competition since then, because obviously, I feel like they kind of that tournament, because again, the Gold Cup or not the Gold Cup, the Olympics for men's and women's is a very different story. The
Yeah.
Olympics for the men's is you can only bring in 3 senior players and you play a whole bunch of under 21s or 23s, whatever it is. For the women's side, it's you can play your full senior national team. That's a massive difference. So obviously the Olympics for the women's side and the men's side are two different stories where you can
Yeah.
actually put some weight on it. And I remember in the early, when the 2012 Olympics, that was after we just lost to Japan in the World Cup final. We go on and win the gold medal against Japan, and that meant a lot. And then they go on and then eventually win the next World Cup, and then they're the next 2 World Cups actually, but struggle in the Olympics, and then they struggled in the Olympics, and then even in the World Cup. So I think that the gold medal, I keep wanting to say Gold Cup, but gold medal a couple of years ago, I think got their swagger back, kind of, maybe have opened their eyes to everything the rest of the world, that the rest of the world is 100% catching up. And let's not kid ourselves that the world is definitely catching up to us. I don't know why
Yeah.
people don't like to say that, but it is. And I
Hmm.
think Emma Hayes is doing a really good job. I think when they're playing these bad teams, I think they are 100% able to let loose. But again, I want to see this team play against some tougher competition.
Yeah, and I think they will. And like I said, I like seeing the confidence in the swagger and all those things, because I do think it's just what makes them them. And they're taking a much younger approach. They're expanding their base, so they're doing the things that they need to do to put themselves in the right position. I also think this highlights the importance of the NWSL holding on to someone like Trinity Rodman. I mean, when we make the argument that the rest of the world is catching up, they're catching up in talent, but they're also catching up in popularity. We see the growth of many of the women's leagues across the world that are catching up to the NWSL. So we talked about yesterday, when it came to Major League Soccer, how they're in the business of protecting their assets and retaining their stars as much as they can. I know it makes the league look good when players go over to Europe, but it also reduces the level of talent in your league. So I think the NWSL being able to hold on to Trinity Rodman is actually a very good thing, and it's going to be a very good thing in the long run for the U.S. women's national team and just for the American game. Not a good look at first, not bringing her back. It took probably a little bit longer than what a lot of people wanted it to take, because it seemed obvious to me and to you and to everybody else that you need to hold on to someone like Trinity Rodman. But I think it's good that we're keeping her in America, playing in the American game, and then now obviously what she's doing with the U.S. women's national team, it's only going to help them get stronger, and she's going to be a headliner going into future international matchups and the She Believes Cup. So we're going to be giving you guys full coverage of all that, by the way, talking about that team as they pursue that cup right here on Inside the Game.
Yeah,
But
they don't play
yeah, I
till
mean, I think,
March, but they got some good.
yeah,
Canada's in the top 10, Colombia's in the top 20, and
yep.
then Argentina's outside the top 20, but definitely some good competition. We'll see how legit this team really is.
What is the top five out of curiosity? Who's number one? Spain?
Spain,
Is Spain number one? Yeah.
Spain,
Okay.
U.S., Germany, England, and annoying ass Chloe Kelly, and then Sweden number 5. And Chloe Kelly's an
What?
Arsenal fan, for the people out there that don't think I have a bias towards it. She's annoying. God. The first
Really?
time was so
You don't like
nice,
her
we had to
coverage?
do it twice. Shut up. God. So annoying. God, that chick's so annoying. She's an
Man,
Arsenal
this
player,
cough
too.
needs to. Mm,
I
this
love the
cough
memes
needs
of
to
her,
go
too, by the
away.
way. She's so annoying. God.
You've been making me laugh too much during these episodes, and my cough just keeps coming back up time and time again.